for our university, a remarkable day for our football team that displayed resiliency, toughness, all the things that make us Tigers. My pregame speech to our football team said to them, I know you want to play hard. I know you're going to play hard. Here's what the charge and the ask is. That when adversity hits you, you find a way, you will a way, and you keep on punching because it's going to happen. I wish I could tell you we're going to shut them out and it'll be 50-0. That's not a reality. The reality is you're going to have to earn everything that you get, and they won't give it to you. They never have. And so we find ourselves in the first quarter, 14-0. After the first series, a block punt that went scoop and score. Then they answered it again. And so it tests our resolve. And it makes you look in the mirror at yourself to see if you have what it takes. We had what it took today. I'm so proud of our football team and how they represented themselves, our university, and they never say die spirit. They just kept on fighting and kept on punching. And I'm proud to be in the position I am to have led them to this victory. They earned it. They earned it the hard way.
Coach, you have a long-standing relationship with Harlem and his family. Just talk about what you saw out of him tonight and just his ability to make guys miss, I would say.
Yeah, we had various situations throughout the game, and you play it out. And I stood before you guys last week in a 2-minute or middleweight, if you will, the end of the second going into the third with us getting the ball back. And from up top, the question that was asked was, do we want to just kneel it? No, we're not kneeling it. No, we're not going to just kneel it. We're going for points. We're going to empty the chamber. We're going for points. And we're going to hopefully get an opportunity to score again in the third. And so at the minus 20, after an interception, go length of field, 80 yards, and get 3 points. At the back end of the game, in a 4-minute drill where you have to get a first down. They're a dangerous football team, and all they need is 3 to overcome us or to beat us at that point. So we need a first down. We get a couple of them, and then the game was in Harlem's hand at that moment on 3rd and 3. And you got to make a decision. All right, do you kick a field goal and still give them opportunity with a very dangerous quarterback in offense, the number 8th offense in college football, or do you try to shut the door? Because all you need is 3. And he pops a big one. He takes it on his own. He knew that there would be one guy backside. Go win your one-on-one. This is what you were born to do. He won his one-on-one, and it helped propel us to victory.
Coach, on your game-winning drive, you broke out some very creative plays.
Yeah.
Did you practice those all during the week and you're saving them all for one drive, or what's the thinking?
No, we practiced them all week. Some had been with us, some from last week, some we added this week. Just vulnerabilities and ways we thought we had to be creative to find a way to score. And so to the staff, it was, we're going to just leave these bullets here and practice these plays and come back and then talk about, man, we should have did this, we could have did that. We're not doing it. Empty the chamber, use everything that we've practiced, and we began to call those things and go down the field. And it worked out for us. They worked out in our favor. And there are no guarantees, but it gives you a chance. And also, that's all our kids needed and wanted was a chance. And so we called the things that we thought could give us opportunity to get chunk yardage and big plays. And tonight it worked, or this afternoon it worked in our favor.
How was Michael Van Buren today in his first start, at least from your vantage point?
Yeah, he started off a little slow, but he got going and he got comfortable. This is that's a huge responsibility for the quarterback of the LSU Fighting Tigers to go into that arena. Our fans are the best in the world. Our fans could be tough sometimes as well. And so he knew what was in front of him. He got comfortable and began to take control of the game, of the football team, and picked up huge yardage at opportunities and rushing and great throws at times as well. I was proud of him. I thought he played admirably and got the game into a point where he was able to affect change and dictate for our football team.
In the back, Coach Wilson. You being the interim head coach with a team that has been through a lot this season, with the gritty win and doing it in Tiger Stadium, what did it mean to you?
It means everything to myself and to our staff. I told our staff, you know, I'm proud of them and the way that they prepared, the way that they challenged their position group, the way that they coached. But I'm even more proud, and I want them, as I concluded meeting with them, when we go into that locker room, you love on these babies. You let them know, I appreciate you for doing what was asked of you. And it's just, it culminated. It culminated in this day for our staff and for our players. So a big win for us, and I couldn't be more overjoyed for our football team.
How did Nussmeier re-injure himself? When did he do it, and what are his prospects going forward?
He re-injured himself the back end of this week in practice, just making a routine throw. I don't know if it was scar tissue or exactly what it is from a diagnostic standpoint, but it's his ab area. And so it happened at the back end of this week. What is it going forward? I'm not quite sure. You know, we practiced up until yesterday to see if there was opportunity that was potential if we got in an emergency situation, and he was not able to do so. And so we'll continue to monitor him day by day, week by week, to see his progress.
Yeah, Frank, the playmaking ability of your defense today really showed. You looked like they bent at times but never broke. Just talk about their performances and just how big of a boost they gave you today. Yeah,
3 turnovers, you know, knocked the ball away, picked the ball off, goal line stand, short yardage stand, and just continue to make play after play. And that's the reality of it, right? Of a heavyweight fight, that you're gonna get a haymaker now. You're gonna get a haymaker, and how you respond from it. And so they put us in position to achieve victory today in their style of play.
This man, Sir Delane, that they tested him today, and for some reason he picked off the interception in the goal line. Just how important it's been all year for you, but particularly today.
Yeah, you know, he's a young man who knows what he wants, right? He came here to position himself to have an opportunity to get into the playoffs. He's a young man that came here to position himself with an opportunity to enhance his draft potential. He does it weekly for us in his preparation. It carries over on Saturdays and games. And it's a reflection of when hard work meets opportunity in preparation, that's the result you get. And so very proud of Mansour and the job he's doing.
Coach, in the back over here, not a football-specific question with the scheme, but you're the second African-American to hold the title of head coach for LSU in any capacity. The other, of course, being Brad Davis on your staff, and now you're the first black man to lead LSU to a win as its head coach. With that in mind, how does that feel for you?
Yeah. To be in position to lead this team to victory after 3 weeks of agony, right? You want so much for those young people who came here with hope, with dreams and aspiration. You want to deliver for them. You want to put them in position to have success, that they recognize that me coming here was not in vain, that this is the place where dreams become a reality, right? And so so much of what we do, what I do, is to serve the young people here, to serve this institution that very little thought I've given to what it is for me personally. I think it runs its natural course with that, whatever that may be. I just want to be the best version of me. I recognize, I acknowledge those who have knocked on the door and hope for opportunity as African-American coaches for many years. I stand on the shoulders of those men who are giants. And so I'm very fortunate, I'm very proud, I'm very humbled to be in position to be able to help this team and earn victory.
Frank, it's kind of a follow-up to that. I mean, the TV broadcast told a story about how I think you recently had a familial loss, a loss in your family of some kind. Would you like to speak on that? And what was sort of going through your mind when you had the Gatorade bath poured on you, and you're in this moment where you're celebrating a win as the interim coach?
Yeah, so it wasn't a relative. It was a guy who, when I was 26 years old, said in these exact words, "Boy, you're special. Boy, you special." Like, who me? Nah, yes, you are. And he gave me an opportunity to be a head coach at that tender age. And I would talk to him weekly, daily, regularly. And he fell ill, but I didn't know he was ill because my mother had been ill. And he didn't want me to worry about him. He wanted to support me about my mother. So Sunday, when our transition happened, that Tuesday, his daughter reached out to me and told me she didn't reach out to me. He didn't call. He didn't answer. So I reached out to him, never got him. Then at the back end of last week, the beginning of the week, I reached out to her, and she told me that he was not doing well. He was in the hospital, and I said, "Can I talk to him?" And she just said yes. I never got a chance to talk to him. So she called back, and she said, I said, "Does he know? Does he know what's happening?" And she's like, "He knows. He's in and out of consciousness." And I said, "What did he say?" And she said, "I told him that I told you." And he said, "We did it." And he closed his eyes. And so I went to a funeral. I've never spoken at a funeral before. So I stood in front of the room and I said, I speak in front of people every day of my life, routinely, without issue. And it became very difficult because those words that she said meant so much. And so when a follow-up to the question, what does that mean? And for him and for so many others, we did this. And I carry that with a badge of honor. We did this. My only resentment is that he's not here to enjoy it with me. We got a chance to be in the Superdome for state title as a high school coach, but he didn't get a chance to see this. And everywhere I've been, he's been there with me. His name is Shane Williams. He was a principal superintendent down in New Orleans, well-renowned, and so it was him that passed away.
Have we got time for 2 more? Hey, Coach, to your left.
How
You already spoke about Harlem, but when you were introduced as interim, you made sure to reiterate, we are going to run the ball. So how do you just assess the success of the rushing attack today?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job rushing the ball. I think there's still yardage out there to be getting. We'll continue. I just think when you look at this football game and our offense plays 70-plus snaps and our defense plays 50 snaps, that's what allows them to be so dominant as a.
Congrats on your first win, Coach, in Tiger Stadium. I love you, Coach.
Thank you, Caden. Don't fall, Caden. Right. I think that's a testament of what we were trying to achieve. When they're that dangerous as an offense, you want to reduce their opportunity. We want to increase our opportunities. And we were able to do that because we ran the ball well, because we beat them in time of possession and more possessions compared to what they had. And so the defense, now their ears are pinned back, they're fresh, and they're eager, and they were able to go out there and play their very best. And it's a compliment of the rush game.
Frank, with Van Buren's performance today and obviously the result of the game, what is the hope that today does for him moving forward?
Yeah, continue to ascend, that he knows. When we talked about him playing, in his mind he came here for an apprenticeship, if you will, to learn the offensive system, to be developed, to be the parent the next year. And we talked about that, and we were willing to honor that. And he said to me, things change. I said, things has changed. What's your thoughts? He said, Coach, I want to play. I said, I want you to play if that's what you want to do. And this would be something that would be taken in consideration and not just an opportunity to go in to run his own read and then take you out, that we would invest in you and we would develop you so that you become the best version of you going forth. And so I think he is an ascending player that continues to improve, and the more he plays, I think the more productive he will be.